Skill Board Section 102 HSI, also going to cover FPAS in Section 101. We're going to do waypoint entry, sequence, time on target, aircraft settings, and FPAS. To start, we're going to create a new waypoint for the current sequence we see on the screen. The sequence is incomplete. It starts at 0 through waypoint 4. 5 will be the final waypoint back where we are sitting now at Nellis Air Force Base. We have the sequence boxed here so that you can see the sequence, and let's begin. The first thing we'll do is add a new waypoint. We have added waypoint 5 to the sequence, but as we can see, waypoint 5 is empty. So we're going to go ahead and flesh out waypoint 5. F10 menu. We're going to make it this point right here. Left alt, left click. And now we have some information that we can use. The MGRS grid up here. Head back in. Let's start with grid. Grid is PA, selected here on the right DDI. And we'll go ahead and put the grid in of 767 6411834. Perfect. We've got that up on waypoint 5, and we're going to add the elevation in feet, 1843. Perfect. Now we can see down here on the bottom DDI, the MPRS, that it is now a full sequence 1 through 5, with the 5 being the last one. The next thing we're going to do is set a time on target. We're going to start by putting in the Zulu time. We're going to make it 15:10. We're going to set a ground speed of 500 knots. And now we're going to make it to 1. Let's make it over here. This is waypoint 2. So let's go ahead and make that waypoint 2. Perfect. So now we have our time on target. If we follow the indications, I'm going to unlock my headset. On our HUD, including this caret here, then we will see whether we need to speed up. If the caret's to the left of the vertical line, we need to speed up, and vice versa. On the other side, we'll need to slow down. If we do it correctly, we should overfly the target at waypoint 2 at this speed at this time. Perfect. Headset locked. The next thing we're going to check out is aircraft settings. That's this button here. Let's quickly go through the altimeter warning for barometric. Radar's not working, so barometric, we can go ahead, bring that up, and say we want it at 6,000 feet for a hard deck. We now have that down here, so we'll get a warning in the cockpit if we go below that. The terrain awareness system, Bitch and Betty, letting us know that we need to pull up, pull up, pull up. We can disable that if we're going to be flying low. We can change coordinate type between lat, long, decimal minutes, and we can do decimal seconds here if we would prefer that. And we can also change our heading between magnetic and true north. And you can see how that affects the DDI on the bottom. MPCD on the bottom. Let's take a quick look at the FPAS page. Flight Performance Advisory System. Okay, so what we're going to see here is our current range to 2,000 pounds at our given altitude and speed. Our best Mach to 2,000 at that altitude will be placed here. If we select a waypoint, we can go ahead and be told to navigate to that waypoint. Here's what time we'll get there. Here's how much fuel will be remaining. And here's how many pounds per nautical mile that will cost us. Endurance is similar to current range, except is how at our current elevation, or rather altitude, we can stay in the air, or how long we will stay in the air. That's our endurance. Optimal is quite useful for knowing our best fuel mileage, essentially. So right now, if we want to get our best fuel mileage with the amount of fuel that we have on board, we want to climb to 36,651 feet. We want to do Mach 0.85, and that will take us to 2,000 pounds in that many miles, 1,132. Endurance is similar to optimal range, except this is more focused around staying in the air as long as possible for the sake of loitering. At the bottom, we have the climb function. Climb, when boxed, will give us a speed here. And what we want to do is we want to lift our nose at full mil power so that we match that speed to give us our optimal climb. And then here we have home. So this is for our home fuel setting. If we set this to a particular waypoint, it will calculate when we need to start heading home based on this waypoint that's been set. Thank you very much.